Oops. Hey, Erin? Hey, writing, how you doing? You're here on time. Did you have a good day today? I forget how fast YouTube goes live. TikTok, it does something where it waits to notify people or something, so it feels like there's always a delay in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more stitches. Oh my gosh. I say it every time, but I really dislike working into a chain, a slip stitch on a chain. I prefer to just, oh, come on, you little thing. And this fuzzy yarn doesn't help. Is that gonna be like a nightly thing I'm gonna complain about? I cannot get this. Oh my goodness, go in there. Whatever, I'm gonna slip stitch it into one of the loops. I'm not gonna catch both. Hey Becky, good to see ya. 2, 3, 4. So I'm starting on the, is this the second? Oh no, this is the third. So I only need to chain 3 here. Hey Brandon, Georgia. Good to see you. I'm just getting started here working on the virus stitch cocoon sweater that I started. It's essentially just a gigantic square made out of this 4 round repeating pattern, and then you fold it in half and sew it up and it becomes a sweater, a really cute sweater. Hi Erin. Thank you, Erin. Hey Missy and Little Bird. Good to see you. Over on YouTube, did I lose you writing? Are you still over there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. How's your cats doing, Little Bird? Do they know you're a bird also? Okay, writing, you're still there. Okay, I had asked earlier how your day was. And then started talking about other stuff too. So just curious, did you have a good day and what did you get up to and what are you doing tonight? Little Bird, you have the crazies or your cats have the crazies? I guess your cats probably have the crazies. It's that time of night. I feel like my cats, when I had cats, they always got wound up. Yeah, it was cats. Okay, that's what I thought. What are you up to tonight, Little Bird? Are you working on anything or just surfing? Oh, and then, hey, since I know for sure Little Bird and writing, you guys have entered the giveaway. Do you like doing the giveaway that way where you fill out the entry form, or did you prefer just commenting on the videos? I'm trying to figure out what to do. I feel like I'm getting a lot less entries, so I'm okay with whatever. I guess it increases everyone's chances, but also if it's annoying and it was just easier to put a comment, I can definitely do that too. Oh, Little Bird took a mental health day. Lucky. I took an extra long day. I had some clients provided some information that I had been waiting for. So I actually worked a little bit longer than I typically do, trying to get that stuff done. Anytime a client sends stuff in, we like to process it as quickly as we can. Writing says either way works. I just forget to fill it out every day. Little Bird says I'm good either way. Hey Amy. So the giveaway is on my TikTok. It's on my TikTok and my YouTube. I am working on a giveaway blanket. So I'm making this really cool blanket. I've made other ones like it before in the past, so you could just look through my videos. But to enter the drawing, you just have to be following my account, obviously, and then go to my profile and there's a link. And in that is like a little 3-question form. I mean, I think it just says, what's your username? Are you coming from TikTok or YouTube? And then something else. So, you know, hey, Sam. So yeah, and Amy, go check it out. Go check out a few of my more recent videos. I'm working on like a multicolor pink and gray and white giveaway blanket right now. So I was actually starting to do that one here on these lives. That's actually why I started going live, was to show people how easy the blanket is. Or not easy, but you know, like the pattern's not as difficult as it looks. So I had started working on it live and I was making so many mistakes. So pattern was more difficult than I anticipated it being, while also trying to carry on a conversation. So Little Bird and writing both saying that it works either way. So writing, it sounds to me like it would be easier for you to just leave a comment, because you comment anyways. And really, the comments are good. Little Bird, no, I'm not left-handed. TikTok has mirrored images on this live for some reason, and I'm sure there's a way to fix it. But I haven't fixed it. So no, you're just seeing this backwards. I actually just now realized that my husband had told me before that it mirrors the images, but I really didn't notice it makes me look left-handed. I'm not. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't know. Should I wait till the end of this giveaway before I switch it up? I feel weird like switching up the rules, but also I want people to be able to enter, and I don't want it to be a pain in the butt. And that's what I think is happening right now, because I'm seeing way less entries than normal. But you guys know how I usually do this anyways. Like how I do the, hey, Copper Taco. The way that I usually do the giveaway anyways is I pick a random number, like I figure out how many videos I have about that particular blanket. So let's say there's 160 or whatever. So, and I'll actually use the last one for example. I think there was like 130 some odd videos. Oh, Copper Taco's new to crocheting and you saw me on your For You page. Hi, Erin. Well, welcome here. So I'm working right now. I'll talk about what I'm working on here in just a few minutes. I'm right in the middle of talking about this giveaway thing that I do. So I make these blankets and I give them away to my followers. I just do a drawing for it. So what I did on the last blanket was I counted up how many videos there were about the blanket. And then, hey, Amy, thank you. And then I went to, Amy sent me a heart me. Thank you so much. And then I went to just pick one of the numbers randomly. And I feel like it was number 16 or something like that. It was pretty low. So I picked the number and then I went in and found that particular video. And then I went on YouTube and TikTok, looked at all the comments, verified that everybody who commented was following me. And there was a couple people who weren't following me. And so I didn't enter because that was one of the things, you have to be following me. And that's kind of why we do this. So anyway, so I entered, took those names. So I think in the end, it was really only 37 people in the drawing. There was only, I think, 36 or 37 comments on that one particular video. And I kind of liked doing it that way because the first time I did one of these, I actually tracked every single comment and I swore I would never do that again. It was awesome, or awful. Copper Taco says you started in November and made only blankets so far. Girl, that is exactly how I started. I started crocheting when I was 8. So I've been crocheting for a while. Nearly 4 decades now, and you can tell by my hands that you thought I was super young, but these are old lady hands for sure. Ugh. So I started when I was 8, and that was the only thing that I ever really made was blankets. Now, of course, when I'm 8, I was just practicing with yarn and stuff. My mom wasn't taking me out and buying me hundreds of dollars of crochet stuff. So when I was 8, I don't even remember what I crocheted, but I think I crocheted and pulled it apart a lot. There was also like a lot of downtime. I wasn't a crocheting fiend at the age of 8. I started crocheting very heavily in my mid-20s, and it's strictly, exclusively blankets. That's all I've ever made. You use the yarn over slip stitch. Oh my. And is that the only stitch? Is that the only stitch you've ever done, Copper Taco? Is the yarn over slip stitch? Amy says you've started at 7 and you're 64 now. You know, when I was younger, I thought that I would never feel quite like an adult, and now I find myself saying the most adult things like, I remember when, and back in my day. So that's pretty crazy. Copper Taco says it's the only one. That's the only stitch you know. Okay, so let me show you the project I'm working on real quick. This project is made up of chain spaces, chain stitches. And I don't make great tutorial videos for beginners, so I want you to be aware of that. That's not really my thing. There's a ton of people with great tutorials, but this entire blanket is made up of just a few types of stitches. I'm sorry, this is not a blanket. This is going to be a sweater, but you could also make a blanket, and I have made blankets using this exact pattern. I made one for my niece's wedding last year. I've made videos about it, so you can see what it looks like. So a yarn over slip stitch is not that much different than doing a half double crochet or a single crochet. Everything is just about, you know, yarning over or pulling your hook through the loops and just pulling up more yarn. So all of these stitches are just simple combinations of yarning over and pulling yarn through your hook. So in this particular blanket, I have chains. So if you can do a yarn over slip stitch, you can definitely, well, you can do a chain if you've started a blanket. So, oh, and you said it's very beautiful, thank you. So if you can do a chain, yarn over slip stitch or a blanket, you've done chains. And then I think there's single crochet and double crochet. That's it. That's it. So if you're not sure how to do single crochet and double crochet, those are gonna be your two most basic stitches. You wanna learn those anyways. Once you learn those, the world is your oyster. You can really make anything. So learn those two stitches. I've made tutorials about this, but there are people who have made probably slower and better tutorials. But writing is fun says, I'm young and still say back in my day, and those darn kids with those darn phones. I thought I would feel young forever, especially once I hit 27. I feel like 27 is when I quit aging mentally. And I do know I'm much more mature now, obviously, than I was at 27. Thank goodness for that. Amy, what are you working on tonight? Are you crocheting along with something, or are you just scrolling through TikTok? If you've been crocheting that many years, I can't even imagine your skill level. I can't even imagine the types of things you pump out. I'd be curious to see what you make, so let me know. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, Copper Taco, let me show you. And I can't do a huge close-up right now. I'm still working on this dual camera system while we wait for this software thing to get approved. But this blanket is just a chain. So I'm gonna chain 3. Just super simple. And then it's also got, like I mentioned before, single crochet. And I feel like single crochet is actually easier to do than the yarn over slip stitch. I feel like a yarn over slip stitch is really awkward stitch to do. And then the only other stitch here is just a double crochet, which is exactly like doing a single crochet with an extra loop. So I suggest that you learn double and single crochet. And then from there, I think a pattern like this is totally feasible for a beginner. But you just got to know those simple stitches first. Hey, Cat Eyes. Hey, thanks, little bird. Okay, so, oh, writing. I just noticed you commented you're crocheting cat paw beans, white or light brown. You went on a walk today and went to school. You're crocheting cat paw beans. I would go light brown with those. If you're talking about the actual little foot pads on the cat paws. But what color's the rest of the cat? And why are you crocheting the beans? I need more information. I need to make sure I've got the full picture here before I weigh in on my color choices. And for those of you, so I am streaming both on TikTok and YouTube, so I'm trying to holler out names since I am aware some people can't see each other's comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, oh, you know what? Oh, I didn't bring it with me. I don't have it with me. If anybody in my house can hear me and wants to bring me something, that would be awesome. If you can't hear me, no big deal though. I got some more done on the giveaway blanket, and I've been wanting to remember to bring it in and show you guys because I am quite a bit further ahead in real life than what you see on my posts right now. Right now what I'm doing is crocheting when I have time and making the videos ahead of time. So every time there's a color change, each day I'm gonna post one video specifically showing the next color change. And some of the color changes can be 2 or 3 rounds, some are only 1 round. So I've been posting the full details on those. My, the blanket's almost getting big enough for me to start doing my thirst trap videos. Somebody called it that once, and I just like to put really good music. And I think of those car commercials, you know, those car commercials where the guys go in and they do that special filming and whatever, and they always use the really cool music. So I like those videos, and I make that about crochet. Amy Jones, I started a new blanket today, crocheted for a while, take a break, do something else a while. What do you do? What kind of blanket? Are you following a pattern or just doing something basic? Writing is fun. Yes, it's just cat paw fingerless gloves. The paw's dark brown. My inside legs are just a bit behind it normally shows. I'm gonna skip forward now. Okay. Well, that makes sense why they're, yeah, because it did seem like it was taking a while to respond, and I wasn't sure if maybe something was going wrong on my end. Cat paw fingerless gloves. That's very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is anybody else working on anything out there? I'm always curious what people are doing. My favorite is when there's people in here and they go comment pictures of their projects. I love seeing what people work on. There's like a lot of really cool inspiration. The last couple nights on TikTok, we've had Wanda has joined in, and she's working on a Bavarian, I think it's called Bavarian. It's like a granny square blanket, but she's using the Bavarian stitch. I think I've also seen it called a box stitch, potentially. Super cool stitch. I mean, all the years that I've been crocheting, I've never made anything with that stitch. So it's really interesting how much there is still to learn after all these years. Amy, this one is a basic primrose stitch. Primrose stitch? I've not seen a primrose stitch. I'll have to look that up. Little Bird says, I'm making a dragonfly shawl. A dragonfly? Oh my gosh, here we go. I'm gonna retry that. Dragonfly shawl is really cool. Those are the ones that have like the cutout look, right? Where you use the certain stitches so it looks like the empty space makes a dragonfly. If that's what you're talking about, those are very cool. Those are very cool. And tell me how hard those are. Yes, okay, so I was right. How hard are those to do? I had bought a pattern a while ago for something, I want to say the pattern was called the Alpine Throw or something like that. And the pattern was done really cool. It looks like it's mostly made of half double crochet and some single crochet potentially, and maybe some slip stitches. I'd have to go back and look at it. But it looks like these leaves, the pattern was really cool. And I for whatever reason, I've never tried it. I've seen the dragonfly thing and I haven't tried it because it intimidates me so bad. But then I go out and I pick up those blankets, the patterns by V Crochet Patterns. You know, I don't know why that doesn't intimidate me, but these other ones do. Okay, yeah. So Little Bird says lots of counting on that dragonfly shawl. That makes sense. Amy says Primrose is a 2-row repeat, basic and simple. I need basic and simple. That's why I'm actually working on this right now. This is just a 4-row repeat. And I make these usually when I'm driving around, or my husband's driving. I'm not driving, that's weird. My husband's driving around and I crochet, because if I watch the road, I tend to try to drive from the passenger seat. I feel like he can't ever see the dangers. I see danger. It's everywhere. I'm spotting danger. It's on the left. It's on the right. They're braking. Oh my gosh. So the good thing is I see a lot of TikToks and YouTube shorts, people saying the exact same thing. So it's not just me, and I make sure my husband sees those too. And I say, look, it's not just me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I almost got an extra one here. What's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, I just miscounted. Amy says, if I watch the road, I scream. That's exactly. I've heard something, and I'm not sure how true it is, but the older I get, the more videos they show me about getting old. And I have heard recently that it is really common, especially as women age and our hormones change. I feel like I'm just talking about old lady stuff all night. I'm still young and fresh, guys. But I have heard that we become a little bit more fearful of the road, and I would say that's probably true in my case. Yes, Danger Will Robinson, and I get that reference. I get the reference. All right, once again, something's not off. For whatever reason, I just can't. I pay attention too much to talking and what I'm gonna say next. And then I don't count properly. All right, but I do need to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I should be doing, this is my 3rd row. Oh, that's what feels wrong. I started doing my 1st row again, and I haven't done the 4th row yet. Back up, back up. Amy says, I knew I dated myself with that. Yeah, there's some things that I have to explain, but there's also some stuff that my daughter has to explain to me. And there's plenty of times I go to her. She's 19. She still lives at home. And so she's my interpreter. And now the generation below her, I think, is starting to say stuff that, you know, even is cringy for. So I think each generation just feels like we don't identify with the generation before or after us. Back it up, Terry. Writing is fun says, I'm just learning to drive. It is scary out there. Are you really that young? Why did I think you were an adult? Not that being young is bad. Yeah, learning how to drive, it is scary out there. And what's even scarier is now there's cameras, there's people watching you, there's people recording you. People, I feel like, are just, hey, Allie. I feel like people are just waiting to catch you slipping up or having a bad day. Like, how many videos I see, little TikToks and YouTube shorts with people like, oh, look at the way this doofus made a left-hand turn here. And I'm like, nah, I've had to make left-hand turns like that. There's sometimes you do something stupid and you feel like an idiot. But yeah, back in my day, we weren't getting recorded all the time. People weren't carrying around. So back in my day, I just said it. Good grief. Welcome to Granny's Crochet Hour. Allie, what you working on tonight? We're just chatting, and I'm working here on a virus stitch thing. But yeah, so back in my day, those many years ago, people were not recording you. So you could get away with being an idiot. It was amazing. It was freeing. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's probably one of the only reasons why I would say those were the good old days for me. For sure, was just the lack of everything being written down. Everything is written down. Every opinion people have. Everything. We feel like we have to tell it to everybody, and I just don't think we were meant to process that much information. So I do like when there's common ground that brings people together, things like crochet or cooking, or there's so many things you can connect with people over. We can either choose to connect or choose to be divided. So I try to connect. Hi, Nick. So everybody, Nick is my son. That is my oldest son. He's a firefighter, and he's strong and brave and handsome. Little Bird says, no evidence of all the oops we made. Exactly. Exactly. I got my first car wreck when I was 16, and nobody recorded it. Nobody called me out or did anything mean to me. I didn't get any bad reviews. Like, I learned my lesson and I moved on. Writing is fun says there's so much lag right now. Okay, guys, so it sounds like I might be lagging on YouTube. And I honestly am not sure how to fix that right now because that's my husband's job. So if I am, I'm really sorry, and we'll make sure that's fixed before next time. Hey, Erin, thanks for sharing my live. Allie, yes, same name on YouTube, Crochet by Humblebee. And Allie, I don't know if you already follow or not, but I'm working on this blanket, not this blanket here. This is just what I'm working on because I can't crochet and talk at the same time very well. But I'm working on some blankets that I give away. So if you're already familiar with that, forgive me. But in my bio, there's a link to enter the giveaway. And so I'm trying to find out from people whether clicking the link in the bio to enter the drawing is better than just commenting on videos. I really do think that commenting on videos is better. So it's probably going to end up being, oh, you did see, okay, yeah, so you tried to get the yellow and gray one. Well, the one I'm making now is pink and gray. The yellow one with the blue, that one was great too. It's so funny because all of them, they start out, I like the colors in the store, then I start crocheting with them and I hate them and I have to force myself to get through it. In fact, when I was first starting the very first giveaway blanket I did, I had put it, I had started posting about it, and it wasn't meant to be a giveaway blanket at that time. I just was working on it because I needed something to post about. And then I realized, like, oh, I'm not making this for anybody, which all of my blankets I make are gifts. And so that's what actually started the whole giveaway thing was, I had so many people saying, oh, it's beautiful. And I really liked that, you guys. I am not motivated by much in life, but I sure do love compliments. So it's just all for my ego. This isn't me being selfless. So many people are so nice and tell me how generous I am. And I wonder if they know. I just love the compliments. It's awesome. Writing says, I'm up to date. People on the internet tend to get my age and gender wrong. Any questions on or any guesses on the latter? So I don't have a guess on your gender because now I believe you are younger than I thought you were initially. And it's really hard for me. This is weird. I'm so far separated from younger people that it's hard for me to, I mean, I feel like everybody is doing the same things. Everybody's doing crafts and stuff together. But because you said that, I'm gonna maybe say that I guess you would be a boy because normally it would be a girl watching crochet. I guess that's the only reason, and I'm being very sexist there, and not on purpose. It's, you know, not that I believe in any gender norms when it comes to crochet by any means. I just found out the other day my brother-in-law crochets, which is now the coolest thing I know about him. So I love crochet. I think it's for everybody. So my guess would be boy only because of, I think that would be the shock factor there. But I would have zero, you know, cares obviously if it was a boy because I think guys and girls should crochet. It's awesome. Allie says, your work is beautiful and your color choices were perfect. Thank you. And you know, I wish I could take credit for that, making up that pattern. That pattern is so gorgeous, but I will tell you right now, I am starting to write a pattern similar, and I have to be really careful because I can't just copy her style. But after having crocheted for a really long time, it all kind of blends together. So I actually did start working up some samples. I want to make something that looks really beautiful like that, but maybe is like a 10-row repeat or 10-round repeat, something similar to the Betty McKnit 6-star blanket, but more involved, more detailed, and more texture. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I have started it a little bit, and then I'm also doing a tapestry blanket. I am Okay, so let's see. Let me go. Writing is fun says, nope, my username on the other apps I have is a Pokemon with a more masculine avatar, so I suppose that's why. Don't know very many male cricketers? No. Male crocheters? No, there's not. There's, I don't think that it's typically something that men did in the past, but it sure is cool to see how many dudes there are out crocheting now. I really do think it's so relaxing. Amy says, my daddy crocheted beautifully. His work was much better than mine. Yeah, that's, I think if my dad never crocheted, but he was able to pick up an instrument and just immediately learn it. It was pretty crazy. And I feel like if he had crocheted, his stuff would have also been incredibly perfect. So I think it would have been amazing. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. I'm going to talk about tapestry crochet for a minute. We talked about it last night when Wanda was, I think it was Wanda was in here. We talked about it last night, but I am also writing a pattern right now for a very simple small tapestry crochet, like a lap blanket size, that I'm going to, and then I'll share the pattern with anybody who wants to do it, and I'll work on that one in my lives. That way, if people want to join and you don't know how to follow a written pattern, or you prefer to follow video patterns, then you could join my live, or you could go, I think YouTube saves all my lives when I'm done. So you could always go into those saved lives and follow along, because I'll just say out loud what we're doing. I think it's going to be 4 or 5 colors in it. We'll make it a simple one. Writing, what is, I know you said your username on other apps is a Pokemon. Which one is it? I don't know a ton about Pokemon. I did play Pokemon Go for a little while because it was fun to walk around. At that time I lived in Denver, and there's so many walking trails and stuff there, and there was Pokestops or something. Maybe it was Pokestops. There was some pretty close. So Little Bird says was able to catch up on YouTube. Okay, cool. All right, let's see here. So I will be doing, Little Bird, do you do tapestry crochet? Aaron says, my dog ate beef ravioli off my countertop. Bad dog. That's not a good dog at all. Hey, Jupiter girl. Pikachu. So writing's fun says, Pikachu, I stole my oldest brother's Roblox account years ago, and that was the username. That's awesome. That is awesome. And all my kids played Roblox too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me ask if you ever paid for Robux without asking your parents first when you were younger. A couple of mine did that. I think it was actually my daughter. She gets away with everything because she's daddy's little girl. All right, I'm definitely noticing the color change now. I was thinking I was seeing it last night. So this is phasing yarn. For those of you who are not super familiar with it, I mean, it is what it does, what it says it does. It phases. It starts dark in the center, light on the outside. So the center of my project is going to be dark, and then it's going to work to white on the edge. Then I have to use another one of these, so then I'll join using the white. That way it phases back into blue in the next round, so, or in the next, you know, once I finish that second skein, so. And I can finally see it's lightening up. Nick says, I don't play no dang Roblox. I don't know if that was, I think it was Chloe that used to play with those. Jupiter girl, what are you up to tonight? Are you working on crochet, or are you just going through TikTok? Allie, Allie, I assume you're laughing at my kid. He is a grown-up now. And he and his wife have given me 4 of the cutest grandbabies in the whole world. I don't do videos or anything because the world is weird, but I really do have the cutest grandkids ever, and I'm not biased. It's a scientific study. I had it done. Writing says that's such a pretty skin. I know, isn't this? So I have a teal-ish colored one. I'll try to remember to pull those out too. So I've done these in green. There's like a forest green color of this. There's a red one. I made a video of that recently. The green one was in the video too. But then I also have a teal that I'm waiting to use when this one's done. And I think one of my coworkers, I want to say somebody requested maybe a yellow one. So I'm going to look at that too. And I think the yellow is really, they're all really pretty. I've seen a lot of these. The only reason why I don't buy more of this is I don't like how fuzzy it is. I mean, it's gorgeous and it's soft and it's amazing, but it makes my hands feel super dry. But it is perfect for these sweaters. It's perfect. So I'm making it work because I care. Jupiter's working on a moss stitch chevron throw. Chevron, you can do moss stitch. Oh, you could do moss stitch chevron. There we go. That's very cool. If it makes you feel good, Jupiter, I have been crocheting forever, and for whatever reason, the moss stitch stumps me. It's not like I can't figure out. I know a chain and a single crochet, like I understand the concept, but my count is always off. I don't know how. I mean, and it's ridiculous because I make these other really incredibly complicated blankets, and for whatever reason, I've started a few moss stitch projects, and then I realize I'm not, like, I've got a mental block or something around it. I don't know what the problem is, but I love moss stitch, and I wanted to do some scrap blankets using it, but gave it a try a couple times, got frustrated, and put it away. I probably really should just sit down and make myself figure it out. Allie says, you don't show your son. Yeah, and it's, people are just getting weird, but there are so many cute babies out there too. I wish this is the thing that I wanted to invent, but I don't know how to suggest this to somebody without sounding really creepy. But I think there should be a service or an app where empty nesters like me, right? And I love babies. I love babies so much. I wish there was some app where I could be paired up with like a mom who just wants to go to the grocery store every once in a while without having to carry her kids, where I could just watch her kids for a few hours. But I don't know. How do you get strangers to agree to something like that? I cannot imagine that's safe in the least. But man, if it was, I would sign up for temporary grandma service. I would love that. Writing says, my first ever project was an even moss stitch, just alternating between a slip stitch and a half double crochet. Are those two similar in appearance? So the moss stitch is single crochet, chain, skip a stitch, single crochet. So it's like every other stitch you're single crocheting, every other stitch you're doing a chain in between. And then when you get to the end, you flip your work and you work your way back, and everywhere you had done a chain in the previous round, you do a single crochet down into that skipped stitch from the round before. What you're saying, when you're alternating between slip stitch and a half double crochet, that actually sounds really similar to me, like a lemon peel stitch or a Suzette stitch. I think it would have that same similar look, and I love Suzette stitch. I think it's gorgeous. Jupiter says, the pattern I'm using starts with multiples of 19 plus 18. It is working out for me so far. I didn't realize you could do a chevron, and I just don't know why I didn't think you could do a chevron with it. I've done chevron blankets. You could do it with, I've done chevron blankets using front and back post double crochet, and those come out really cool too. I wonder if I could, I really want to try it. I really want to try it. The problem with me is I don't get as much scrap yarn as you would think. I'm really intentional with how much yarn I buy at one time, because I used to overbuy. I used to be like, oh, this blanket will take 40 skeins of yarn, and then I'd have like all this random yarn left over. And so I don't like doing that anymore. I try to buy as I go, because most of the blankets that I'm buying, I don't have to worry about dye lots and stuff like that because they're so striped. Oh yeah, Jupiter says do it. I probably will. But what I was saying with my scrap yarn problem is, right now I'm making these giveaway blankets, and you will notice I reuse a lot of the same colors, and it's because certain colors appeal to me more than others, and then certain shades or tones of colors appeal to me more. Like, you probably won't ever see me just doing like a bright red skein of yarn. Bright red is not going to be my thing. It's gorgeous. I love it, but it probably won't be in much of my work. Writing is fun says you can start babysitting. You know, I actually used to do that. I used to, when I had my last daughter, I wanted to be able to stay home with my kids for a while, so I started a daycare and got to stay home. And then we did a lot of babysitting in the evenings because a lot of the daycare kids, and it was great because we could just make extra money. Me and the kids could make extra money for play money. It's just a ton of fun. And those kids became like my own kids after a while. I loved them. I still love them. I still think about them to this day. Follow them on Facebook, although they're really not on Facebook because they're young. And no young people are where I am. So I really want to be able to help, like, a mom who is overwhelmed. This sounds terrible, but there was a time when I was younger and you are like, I just need 5 minutes by myself. I'm gonna die. You just are so overwhelmed. Being a mother or a parent in general, I think it's a lot of work. And you don't realize the constant care and the constant attention required, especially when the kids are younger. So I think my thing is more, I would love to help a mother who is just stressed out, but also cuddle babies. And you're not allowed to cuddle a lot of kids, even with daycare. Like, I could hug kids and stuff, but you can't cuddle them too much. I just want to snuggle with babies. They're the best. And when I say babies, I mean, I consider little ones babies until they're like 3. Eventually they start getting lumpy and they start having opinions, and then they don't love me unconditionally. So I like them when they're little and they can't hate me yet. Although I do think older kids like me too. I hope so. I'm a nice person. I think I'm a nice person. Oh my gosh, look at the time. So we'll be, thanks for the likes. Thanks for the likes. I'll be done here in a few minutes. I usually wrap up around 7:15 my time because this is when my body starts to shut down because I'm usually up at 4 in the morning. So I'm gonna hang out for a few more minutes, but I felt weird last night because I kind of left and felt like I just randomly, abruptly left. So I always try to wind down these last few minutes and let everybody know that I appreciate you coming by. It's huge. And thank you for talking with me because it's really awkward to talk with yourself. And if you have questions about crochet stuff, I know most of the people that talk to me are very experienced, but if somebody there does have questions about crochet or wants to see something demonstrated or wants to see some stitches. Writing Spence says, this doesn't feel like 7:15. You're not mountain time right now. You gotta be, it's not 7:15 where you're at. It's not 7. That's why it doesn't feel like that to you. That's funny. So if you have anything like that, or if there was ever anything you were like, hey, I'm having a problem with this pattern, or what does this mean? Like, I'm happy to try to help with those things as much as I can too. 1, 2, 3. I know I do so much yakking, but if there's anything that I can do that's actually productive and helpful, I'd love to do that too. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Abby. Oh, Abby! Abby's here. Abby, and you came in right as I'm getting ready to leave, of course. So I usually am here from like 6:30 till 7:15 Mountain Time. So wherever you're at, just do the math. But Abby made a Floral Fantasia blanket in similar colors as I did. And watching that process while she was filming it, posting videos and stuff has been really cool to see it from that perspective. Oh, you're also Mountain Time. Where are you at? What state? I'm in Colorado. But to see it from that perspective was really cool because I especially knew how much work went into it. Like, I'd see some of those rows and I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you went through there Some of them were just awful. Oh, you're in Texas. Very cool. Very cool. El Paso. All right, guys. Well, I am getting ready to leave, but Abby, I'm here usually 6:30 to 7:15, so you should join sometime. I was initially going to be making the floral fantasia on these lives. Like, that's what I made all these videos saying I was going to do it. But I quickly learned that that's not the kind of pattern you want to be doing while also talking, because every day I'd have to undo and redo my work. So here I am working on something simple. So, all right, guys, it was so good to talk to you. Thanks, writing. It was good to get to know you more. I'm so excited now. And I hope you guys all have a good night and try to see me tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow, and then Friday I'm gone because I have an engagement. So see you guys later. Bye-bye.